In early March of 2025, I had another trip to Taos to teach a wonderful group of students about color gradation for tapestry weaving. Due to a snowstorm and various reroutes, it took me almost 6 hours to get to Taos from my home in southwestern Colorado, but I finally landed in Arroyo Hondo in an adorable casita that you too could rent from Taos Wools if you need a tapestry retreat. Taos Wools is located in the adorable village of Arroyo Seco, which is just north of Taos. They have a brick and mortar store and gallery and a classroom. I went to find the classroom, which is above an amazing restaurant, and settled in for our workshop. Joe Barry, the owner of Taos Wools, does all of their dyeing, and he dyed all of these gorgeous graded colors for this workshop. The yarn was beautiful. The students arrived and we settled into our light-filled classroom for 3 solid days of playing with color and tapestry weaving. As always, there were lots of ideas flying around, plenty of collaboration, and a lot of laughter. We played with how to use color, what happens when you mix different colors, and all kinds of different tapestry techniques. The Taos Wools classroom is a beautiful light-filled space with many windows and a huge skylight. It was really a joy to teach there. Many of us had our fill of ice cream that week since Taos Cow is right across the street. And it's just a short little walk up to the yarn store at Taos Wools where much yarn might have been purchased. On the way home, there was again snow on the shortest route, so I took a trip through a village I used to live in, El Rito, New Mexico, then up through Abiquiu, stopped at Ghost Ranch and did a little hike, and I'm just going to take you along on that journey for a few minutes. When I lived in New Mexico, I was taking the Fiber Arts program at Northern New Mexico Community College, and when I lived there, Martin's, which is coming up on the right, was a grocery store that was open, and you could go in there and buy a soda or Pop-Tarts or maybe a can of Vienna sausages. My studio was in this building coming up on the right, and someone has now painted a truck on the wall of what was my studio 20 years ago. After stopping at Bodie's and the new Georgia O'Keeffe Welcome Center in Abiquiu, New Mexico, I headed up to one of my favorite places, the Piedra Lumbre and Ghost Ranch. The Chimney Rock Trail is a beautiful and fairly short climb up to the mesa next to Chimney Rock. You can stop at the visitor center at Ghost Ranch and make arrangements to take your own hike. I'm headed up towards Chimney Rock, and that straight ahead is Cerro Pedernal. I stopped at the Georgia O'Keeffe, the new visitor center in Abiquiu, and wanted to get a view, a little bit of Pedernal from up here, and it's covered by a snowstorm. Anyway, I should have a view of Georgia's other house from up here, and here is Chimney Rock of Ghost Ranch. It's a beautiful spot. You hike up to that mesa that is right next to the top of the chimney.
was my intention to sit up here at the top of this hike and do a little bit of drawing and color painting work. There's the top of Chimney Rock, but it's actually snowing. So I think I'm going to work from photographs and head back to the car. You can see behind me is Abiquiu Lake, and then Cerro Pedernal is behind that. That was the mountain that Georgia O'Keeffe said God would give her. And this is Georgia O'Keeffe country anyway. Her Ghost Ranch house is just in front of me this direction. And her Abiquiu house is down the hill from Abiquiu Lake. Anyway, there's beautiful rock colors here. This is a wonderful place to be early morning, late evening when the sun is out. Not so great on a really cloudy day, but a beautiful place to come inspiration-wise. One of those houses down there is probably Georgia O'Keeffe's Ghost Ranch house. I'm not sure which one. I think the one to the right. I think the other one is probably Arthur Pack's house, and Ghost Ranch uses it for a retreat house now. That is the mesa that Continental Divide Trail comes down. Up that canyon up there is Christ in the Desert Monastery. Here's the top of Chimney Rock. Right out there is Pedernal, and there's Abiquiu Lake, which is far lower than it was when I used to live in this part of New Mexico. And then here's Ghost Ranch and the beautiful Kitchen Mesa.